Welcome to another edition of the most consistent, prolific, and dedicated uploads in YouTube history. This is the Dynamic Show and View Entertainment on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. With a major backstage update as it regards to Randy Orton wanting his one-on-one rematch for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship that he never received. The only problem is Brock Lesnar is now the holder of that championship, but does Randy Orton really care about that? Here are some backstage details as it concerns this match. WWE's Randy Orton has voiced his opinion of how he never received a one-on-one rematch for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. There was a rumor floating around that WWE initially had plans to have a future main event between Orton and Lesnar. As of now, there is strong speculation that this match is on WWE's radar, but it may not happen this year. However, knowing how WWE can flip the switch at a moment's notice, this match could become a reality sooner than later. Earlier in the year, there was small talk of featuring this match on a B-Show pay-per-view in order to raise WWE Network subscribers. However, the feeling is if this match does take place, expect it to be on one of WWE's bigger pay-per-view events that will also be on the WWE Network for, well, only $9.99. It should be noted that both Lesnar and Orton came up the WWE ranks in 2002. Both were a part of the popular and talked about Ruthless Aggression era. Many should also be aware that WWE had wanted a major program to transpire between Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar, but once Lesnar left WWE in 2004, obviously WWE had to switch plans up. And you know what? If Randy Orton is going to take on Brock Lesnar, I'm sure there's going to be chemistry. I'm sure it's going to be a good match. I'm sure it's going to be highly competitive. But if we're getting the current Randy Orton that we are now, it is going to spell bad news for Randy Orton. If we get the Legend Killer, if we get the Ruthless Aggression Randy Orton, if we get the Viper from 2009 versus Brock Lesnar, well, then it's going to be a different story. Because if Randy Orton can go in that place in his career, you know, Lesnar and Orton, you know, there's a lot that can be said about these two competitors. You know, once again, yes, they did come up together, and they have had matches in the past, but never to the magnitude. They were never. Their performance in the ring was never maximized against each other because they weren't really important back then when they were first coming up the ranks. They were rookies. They were still green. They were still coming into their own. Not many people really paid attention to that, but if those two were to have a match now, it would be high stakes. It would be high reward. Randy Orton would have to switch up his game. Randy Orton would have to go to that Viper, and the Viper that we know he can be, and he would have to hit punts. He would have to hit RKOs. He would have to hit those DDTs, and Randy Orton would just have to be damn near heartless to rip out Brock Lesnar's heart, because we all know what Brock Lesnar has accomplished and what he's capable of doing in that ring. So I want your comments and your opinions, and what are your feelings on a future Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton match? I'm all for it. I think it would sell. I don't think the fans really care at this point whether Randy Orton's a good guy or a bad guy. He still gets a good reception. He still gets a good reaction. Brock Lesnar doesn't care who you are or what he has to run through. This match, I think, would definitely set the tone and set the bar at an all-time high. And I think Brock Lesnar would have his troubles and problems, but Lesnar would probably still come away with the victory. But you never know what Randy Orton can pull out of his arsenal, because the Viper can strike at a moment's notice. And knowing what that RKO can do, he can hit it out of nowhere. Randy Orton could be a strong candidate to take away Brock Lesnar's WWE World Heavyweight Championship and have it come to a screeching halt. Subscribe.